Alright, this is a commentary video for you. It's your support as Alice. So we'll skip the beginning because that's not really important. We'll start from the very basics. So I will cover all the details that you need to know in the game, including the character picks. Make sure that you are familiar with all of the character skills before anything else. Because if you don't know of any of their skills, then you're gonna have a very hard time in the game, right? Because you don't know how to counter them. So firstly, I think most of all of the heroes are very common, quite common picks except for Flash. I don't really see a lot of Flash in ranks, so that is something you can start learning from. His skills, you can just take a look at his skills. But I think I should probably talk in Chinese because you might not be able to catch my English accent. So from now onwards, I'll use a mix of English and Chinese because I don't really know some of these character names in Chinese. So we'll start from the character picks. Lu Bu and Arthur. Arthur, I'm not sure what is it called in Chinese, but Lu Bu and Arthur. Alright. So make sure that you know Lu Bu is full AD and Arthur is 50% AP and 50% AD. Okay, so he's 0.5 Mo Gong. Alright, next is Ras, he's 100% Mo Gong versus Flash. Flash another normal mid laner, so he's 100% Mo Gong. You are just Mo Gong, he's Wu Gong. This one is Wu Gong. Valheim, take note, is more Mo Gong than Wu Gong. So you can count Arthur and Valheim as 0.5 Mo Gong. And Murat and Zanis are all both Wu Gong. Right, so I'm going to point out a lot of stuff. Just make sure that you know them. Right, make sure that buy the water stone and not press the ring because that will cause a lot of problems. Alright, first, this is your first error. I noticed later they are a bit called out, right? But you won't be called out if you are moving correctly. So the correct path that you should be taking is you should be going to the mid. You should be coming over here to the mid bush, to the mid, and then going into the side bush, one of the side bush. So usually people will go to the left side bush because it's relatively safer. And here you went into a very dangerous position because usually what people will do is, as you have said, if they want to invade, they will come in from this area over here because it's the closest to their base. And usually you will want to secure vision on this side of the map. Just look at my cursor on this side, and the enemy will want to secure vision on this side. So by moving over here is very dangerous, and you are soon caught up. Here you learn skill 2, so it's even more dangerous. If you use skill 1 and stun both of them, you have to be able to not be so at risk, right? So here you pop your heal, which is understandable, I think. Yeah, because you want to save yourself. So here you can clearly see that they are invading, right? So Flash is going to get his roam onto your red buff because he's already finished clearing his wave, and Ras needs to clear the wave, right? So Ras won't be able to join the team fight that's going to happen at this red buff, right? So you either go back at this point or you follow Ras, but you take the experience. So let's see, you are not taking this experience, this because as a support you are not going to leech any experience by being in range of the minions when they are being killed because you have your support item. So you always want to be close to a wave when your ally is clearing it, but you are doing neither of those. And even if you don't want to help him, you don't want to leech experience from the wave, you can just back at that point like 10 seconds ago, but you went here and did nothing. So here you can see the red buff. If you look at my cursor, you can see the red buff clearly being dragged out. But you did not respond to that completely. You should have press on this area of this map and ping your team to come over. As you can see, the red buff is clearly being kited out. Ras already recognized it. But there's nothing they can really do because Flash got there first. And there's also a crash there. Luckily, the marksman also get the rotate onto the red buff and managed to chase them off. I don't know who got the red buff. Alright, so here it's completely dumb to follow the marksman at this point of the game. I've said this time and again, you should go to the mid lane, to one of the side bushes, and just roam together with your Ras, because your S2 is going to give him a lot of movement speed for him to roam to the side lanes. And what Crash is going to do nothing to your marksman. There's no point in being on this area, even if the enemy marksman is here. I've tried to say this many times. You're just wasting the utility of Alice by being here. Right, so as you can see, Ras is coming down to gank. If you were with Ras, he would have been there much faster together than Murad, because you'll be able to provide them movement speed. And here I don't know why you back off, because they are clearly coming to invade. So you should be over there trying to get your S1 onto the enemy, but instead you are backing off for no reason. And here you completely miss the team fight, because I don't know what you're doing, like backing off there. Okay, you are getting goal and experience from the wave, that is good. You should always do that. Maximize the amount of farm you get, because after the 8-minute mark you will start leeching experience from the minion wave, so you want to maximize the amount of gold you have. I've watched the match once before I did this commentary. I found that your goal is very lacking, because you are not getting any experience from the waves. Right, this is good. At least you are not camping down here. You are following your jungler. Right, so yeah, this is a good idea to be in this bush, but why you like moving away? You should be staying here to leech the experience from the wave, but instead you are, this is completely pointless, this rotate over here. It's so, I don't know what you're trying to do here. Are you trying to join your marksman, or are you trying to help your mid laner? Because you are like very indecisive, you are doing nothing over here. As you can see, the team fight is happening, yes, that's correct, but it's impossible for you to join the team fight before it ends, right? Because it will take you like 50 seconds to walk over there, and by the time you're over there, I don't know, the team fight is long gone. So what I'm trying to say is, if you want to commit to coming down here to help your marksman, then just ignore the fight, because you're already there. It will take you 10 seconds to reach your marksman, but it will take you 40 seconds to reach this team fight. It will already be over. So it's completely pointless what you're doing here. You are very reactive instead of being proactive to the situation, and that is causing your team fight participation to be extremely low. So again, when the enemy has a Crash as a support, you being with the marksman is completely unnecessary, and you are just wasting the value of Alice. Okay, I will not reiterate this again, but just make sure that you know this. In the early game, you want to follow your mid, okay? Oh, I realized you also missed a lot of your skill shot. And walking over here is completely unnecessary. You already see your marksman backing off. Here. He just wants to come over and get this bird, right? And when he gets the bird, because fighting anymore will be completely pointless. Crash will have has better value than you at the start, when you don't have your ultimate, because they provide the shield. So if you trade directly, your marksman will be at a disadvantage. So he's just backing off, because there clearly isn't a need to fight here. I mean, even if you have an advantage over them, there's no point, right? You are exposing yourself to a gang from this Zanis. Secondly, you are just like not doing much, right? So there's no point. Right, so you got some damage on you for no reason. Okay, you again did not get any goal and experience, because you're out of range. As you can see, you got the 10 goal from this minion over here, and you get 17 goal, but you completely miss this minion. Right, so you are in a very bad spot over here. What you should be doing is going over to this bush over here, because the Zanis is coming down. I think he's probably close to the Abyssal Dragon over here, and you are not doing much over here. You should be providing vision over here. if you notice, this area over here is a giant blind spot, and most likely Zanis is already camping here. So if you were here, you could have given information to your marksman that the Zanis is coming. And now you went here, which is a bit dangerous in my opinion, because you did not have any information on this bush. So Zanis could have just outed you when you were entering this bush, because you are the most squishy of the team, right? You don't have any item. So okay, you are providing vision for the dragon, but you're a bit too close. And it's it's okay for you to be here normally, but you miss your S1. I don't know how you can miss your S1. It's so easy to predict Zanis because all he does is charges up to you, right? He runs up to you. He runs in a straight path, not like he needs to zigzag. So as you can see, you hit the crash instead when Zanis is clearly running towards you. And you even miss the hit on the crash. So that's completely unnecessary. Yeah, this death is unnecessary. Okay, we will skip our death timer because this commentary is mostly about you. Okay, here's another problem. The fight over here is over soon, so it's completely pointless for you to come over here. You should be going over to this bush instead, because Ras, what is he going to do next? He's not going to stay in this lane, right? He's going to rotate over to the mid lane. So obviously he will need to go through a few blind spots, right? As a support, you want to provide vision for us so that it doesn't get ganked. By coming over here, there's no point. There's completely no point. You're not giving vision. As you can see, this move over here is useless because you're not providing any vision and your marksman isn't in any danger. You are not going to pressure the lane because the Valheim is just going to clear the wave. Alright, and yeah, the flash, you should be here. After the flash appear and he dash over here, you should be going over to the mid lane and roaming with the mid. But again, you are coming down to the marksman for some reason. Alright, you should be hovering around here because you don't know whether they are starting the dragon or not. You see, you kind of see that they are starting the dragon. Crash is trying to pull the dragon out, and you are like moving back again for some reason. There's no point. Being in this bush over here now has no meaning because Zanis is most likely over here at his red buff or over here in this bush trying to just not on this side of the map. So you being here is completely pointless. Okay, this Crash is he's not really starting a dragon, he's just trying to get his rage up. So beginners players won't usually recognize this. And yeah, I don't know what you're doing here. Ras is trying to engage onto the enemy, so you should be moving forward and try to stun the enemy so that Ras can get a S2 on the enemy. The top lane is being pressured, so normally your response will be to pressure the bottom lane, but you are doing neither of these things. But that's fine because now you could take this opportunity to roam with your Ras. Again, I'm keep trying to say that you should roam together with your Ras. Because your marksman know how to play. He's not like an idiot platinum who will just move forward over here and just get ganked. If you are not there, he will not be so confident to move forward. So he will be farming safely under the tower. But with you being there, he gets more confident instead, a fourth sense of confidence. And he's actually more prone to being ganked. Alright, I don't know how they managed to win the team fight up here. Okay, they did not. Okay, they actually lost the team fight. Because Zanis was there, Zanis and Arthur was there to gank the Lubu, I think. And the Lubu got reduced to very low health before the Murad actually came in. So Lubu died first there. And Murad only killed the Zanis because he was extremely lucky. I think if you drag a map, as a support, I would be dragging my like vision, dragging my how to say, I'll be dragging my map view to this point over here to take a look at the team fight. You already do a lot of those in LOL. and you are not getting experience from this minion, this last minion over there, because you are out of range. And this over here is completely unnecessary because they are already backing off. They just want to get this vision bird. So now you wasted 20 seconds of your ult. Alright, you should be over here, staying inside this bush instead of moving, giving vision away. Because yeah, you are quite squishy at this point. So if the enemy Zanis appear here, you'll be dead. I'm not sure if the Velheim is going to kill you, but if the enemy Zanis is here, it's definitely going to kill you. I will see. Okay, at least you got the stun of the Velheim. But you want to hit your S1 closer to you, right? Because if the enemy is going to chase after you, they'll step forward instead of backwards. You're always throwing your S1 backwards. Okay, this is an okay ultimate. Alright, here, okay, that's fine, because you don't know how to manually buy the boots. I don't think you have any boots at this point. You should be checking your item more often. So you won't be able to keep up with them because they have boots, I think. Yeah, as you can see, you are moving extremely slowly. Never use your S2 on yourself because it increases the movement speed of your allies. So you want to be next to your allies to use it when you use it, so that you get as much utility out of it as possible. Because if you just speed up your own movement speed, it does nothing, right? You are wasting the S2. Right here, you should be coming over here and getting EXP from this last cannon minion. Here, you are again at this bush doing nothing. You should be over here trying to get vision on whether Velheim is going to come to contest the bird. Yeah, finally roaming to mid. But you should be going to this bush. Let's see where you go after this. You should be staying in this bush because I think Russ is going to Rush also should be clearing this wave, incoming wave, because it's very obvious that a wave is crashing, going to crash in, because everything is like symmetrical right around the center. So if your minion wave ends here, it means that the enemy minion wave is around here, and you want to always clear your lane before you rotate. So both of you make a mistake over here, but it's okay that you managed to roam together with Russ. So Russ wasted like a lot of seconds there because nothing went on, and there's a team fight going on here instead. So what you should be doing at this point is not to join the team fight that is most likely over once you get there. It is to clear this wave over here and to pressure this tower since three of you are already down here. So it's completely, if you don't pressure this tower over here, there's completely no meaning of you, Russ, and Whips like moving around at this point, right? You basically waste your last 10 seconds if you don't pressure this tower. So something that new players need to understand is that you don't always have to join a team fight, but you have to trade like objectives. If the enemy is taking an objective over here, in this case they are fighting a winning team fight, right? Because there are more people there. So what you should be doing is pressure the other side of the map, take another objective, pressure another something. So what you should be doing is taking this tower over here because yeah, there's most likely only one enemy here, or at most two enemy here. So if you play correctly, you should be able to dive the enemy under the tower. And they are only able to win there like uh, purely out of skill, because this is a 2v3, right? So if you are fighting on equal grounds, both of them will have been killed over there, and the enemy might have just lost one player. Typically that will be the case. So you are coming up here when the fight is already over, which is completely wrong. And over here, yeah, this ultimate is okay because uh he's gonna get a hit on the Velheim. I doubt you're able to kill him though, unless the whips get a very beautiful stun off. So the whips the whips has a very long delay in his hit there. He should be hitting the Valheim 2 times and then throwing his bomb, and then after that use his S1 to maximize the amount of damage. But I think yeah, he did not follow up properly there, so that was a slight mistake on his part. But the crash would have altered already anyway, so the marksman would have gotten away. And the crash is overextending here, but he's quite tanky, so that's fine. Okay, here another mistake. You should not be at here. You're always going back when you should be at the front, and when you are not supposed to be at the front, you are always at the front and a very dangerous spot. So in here, there is already the marksman there to defend you, so you should be at this point together with your marksman. If your marksman get caught up by the Zanis for some reason, you won't be able to help him immediately. Right, as you can see, Zanis perfectly illustrated. Zanis just appears here and you are not able to really help your marksman, right? Because you are very far from him for no reason at all. And your marksman is just killed. And you are not able to do anything. Let's see. The Murat, as you can see, is caught here. And you just toss your S1 for no reason. This S1 over here is completely unnecessary. And you should be coming over here and using your S2 to help your Murat escape. Because your shield, this S2 over here also gives a shield, right? It can last him one hit. It has sustained him for one additional hit. So you are just completely abandoning him. Yeah, as you can see. You could have saved him there by going forward and just S2. You don't have to be right on top of him. You can be just a distance from him at S2 because your S2 is an AoE, right? And here, like, I don't know what you're doing. You should be using your ult on the minion wave so that you clear the minion wave and the tower can hit the Arthur instead. But you throw your ultimate on neither of those people. So even if you want to throw it on Arthur, you should be throwing it at yourself, right? Because you know that Arthur is going to engage onto you. But instead you throw it onto neither of these two targets. And you pop your heal there for no reason, or Arthur is not going to kill you. And here you should be clearing this minion. I don't know why you're backing off. You are missing about 130 gold there. And your allies are not going to come over here to clear this minion in time. So your whole team is going to lose this gold over here. And yeah, this cannon minion is just doing a lot of damage to your tower. Right here, I understand because you want to speed your marksman up, but you should be over here in this bush over here getting vision. I don't know why this Lubu is down here. Oh, he probably want to switch places with the whips, but the whips does not recognize this because you guys didn't communicate. Alright, wait, here. Let me see. Accidentally click too far. Oh. Give me a moment because accidentally click forward too much. I don't know where we were just now. Okay, we are back here. Sorry about that, but okay, back a bit here. You should be over here in this bush because your marksman is already covering you. That will give vision for this area over here. Yeah, it's completely pointless for you to be here because you are not giving vision to anybody. In fact, Lubu is doing a better job at giving vision than you. Okay, let's see. So, okay, let's just say that is fine and you are being caught out. Okay, that's fine. You should have casted your ultimate earlier. Let's see. I'll teach you a more advanced technique later because you don't seem to be used to playing Alice yet. But typically a Alice will be holding on to the ultimate. But okay, just cast your ultimate too late. manage to CC you before you can cast your ultimate, so your ultimate is disabled. Go forward a bit. Right, so this is the correct decision to come over here. You should be defending this tower. If I were the Alice, I would throw an ultimate down just to stop this tower from getting destroyed by the minion wave. You'll see. Okay, so your Rust engages beautifully, but you're not there to follow up somehow. You're backing off when you know that the Rust is coming to over to engage, which is not what you're supposed to do, obviously. You should be getting experience from the minion wave and roaming together with the Rust, because your S2 also help Rust to move faster, right, as I mentioned earlier. Okay, so the stun of the crash is just unnecessary, because you are hitting a tank when there's no reason to, and you are wasting a bit of your S1. You shouldn't be hitting tank. Even if you want to harass, you should be harassing someone other than a tank, anybody, any four of the other enemy. Right, if you have your S1 here, you could have stunned both of them. Right, here you should be throwing your S1 again to help the Murat get away. Okay, you managed to stun them, I think. That's good. Alright, here you are just getting into a way order flash. Okay, you should be over here instead, backing off a little, because flash is obviously going to get his ultimate onto you, right? You're not moving back when you know flash ultimate is going to suck you in. You should be back over here. Your range will be able to reach Rust even if you don't move forward. But if you are caught, that's just over for you. I'm actually amazed that you are able to sustain for so long. And let's see, you could have popped your heal earlier there, right? Because you already have your heal activated. Oh no, never mind. You do not have it. Alright, so you should be popping your heal here. You should be popping your heal, your 120 seconds heal before you pop your 60-second heal, because 120-second heal also speed you up by a little, and your heal will get disrupted if they land a hit on you. You would have been able to get away if you reverse the sequence. Alright, we'll skip your death timer. Okay, you should be over here getting vision for the Rust. You should always be at a place where your allies can cover you. You should be in front of your ally, but not so far away that they cannot cover you if somebody is to get an engage onto you. And you should be always be having your skill. You are pressing your S2 to get a speed up without care for anything, and that's not how you should be playing. If you are not in danger, you should be saving your S2, because what if an enemy suddenly jump onto you when you just use what S2 for nothing? S2 is 6 seconds cooldown, you will not be able to do anything. So yeah, save your skill. Just remember to save your skill. No wonder you are not able to roam very well and provide vision, because you are always not saving your skills. You can see you are using your skill again for no reason. And here you are not even following your marksman. I don't know what you are doing over here. You should be following him closely. Alright, you want to help your two allies over here, I think. Okay, that's fine. Right, if you were here following your marksman, he would have not gotten killed over here, I think. No. If I were the Zanis, I would just tower dive this whips and he would have died there if Valheim follow up. So this Zanis and Valheim made a mistake. Alright, so let's see. You made another mistake there. Let's go back for a little. Alright. You should be moving forward because obviously the other is engaging onto them. But you are moving forward and backwards over here for no reason. Okay, at least you managed to save the Lubu. Now here use your S2 to run away, that's understandable. Okay, fine, there's no point, there's no way that you can save him. So here you should be running away. What are you doing casting your basic attack onto them? It's completely pointless. You should be running away at this point when you see you cannot help your teammate. And you should be trying to land your S1 so that you can run away. But instead you are engaging onto them for some reason. And you should be running this way, but you are running through them. Obviously you will get killed, right? Alright, let's skip this part. Again, you should be following your two carries over here. Okay, that's fine. Alright, they are just doing their own thing. Just be a bit in front of your carry at all times. They are always at the front. Alright, here, wait. I didn't even realize you cast your ultimate for what? Let me check. Why do you cast your ultimate? Your whips are already far enough. They won't be able to get to your whips. So casting ultimate there is wasted move. You could have used this ultimate on this minion wave over here instead. You should be helping your marksman clear this minion wave over here. Because if he try to clear it by himself, he will get killed under the tower. Alright, that's what you're doing. That's good. Okay, he's not able to get that, but at least what you're doing, that is a correct decision. Alright, here you yeah, nothing much you can do. If you come over here, it's too dangerous. The Zanis can just out you. But the thing is, your teammate will be able to follow up. So I think you will die, but you have traded with the Zanis. But okay, you don't want to die. You don't want to risk dying, so that's fine. Okay, not much you can do here. Alright, here you should be going over into this bush. Just be ahead of your teammates, right? You're always behind. And here, both of you are making a mistake because the Murad needs his minions to stack his ultimate. So yeah, it's gonna put a question mark over here. He need those those jungle camps, right, so that he can stack his ultimate. And everybody is just clearing it. So this ultimate over here is completely unnecessary because you are hitting the tank for no reason. This crash over here is obviously the tank. And he just altered there for no reason as well. Here you could have saved the rest of your team if you just had your ultimate over here. You have slowed everybody down, and maybe your team could have even counter attack because everybody is under a tower with no minion wave, so the tower is continuously attacking them. If you place your ultimate over here, you would have slowed all of them and just did a lot of damage to them. But you use your ultimate on the tank, which serves no purpose over there. And here you're just going to die again because you're not able to cast your second skill, I think. Let's see. You casted your second skill here to help the Murad get away, so I think that's fine. Alright, here, yeah, you wasted your ultimate. Let's go forward a bit. Right, you are supposed to be joining up with your Murad because he's the one most at the front. And he's at a very dangerous situation now because I think he's going to return to his shadow and an experienced jungler from the enemy team will be able to jump onto him. None of his teammates are really in range to cover him. So yeah, as you can see, he's going back. So he's very prone to be attacked over here. If I were the jungler, I will just jump onto him when he returns to his shadow because there was nobody to cover him. You're not really in range as well. If you cast your S2 over here, you won't be able to reach your Murad. Okay, I don't know how your teammates managed to kill everybody there, but good on them. Usually this doesn't really happen. Okay, you give chase, that's good. And you are backing off. I don't know why you are backing off. You already got your Aegis, so you are quite tank. You're not very tanky, but you are okay at this point. And the enemy only have two people remaining. You should be going into the front of this tower over here and zoning them out. If the enemy comes close, you're just going to cast your ultimate before them so that they don't get in range to defend this tower. right? You should be, again, you are missing out on EXP from the minion wave. You wasted EXP on 1 minion over there. I think you get the EXP for both of them. And here you are just at the back for no reason at all. I don't understand. You're always at the back of your enemy, of your allies. That is the problem. I think you are too scared of being at the front because you're always getting caught out. But that's because you are not in range for your ally to cover you. You should be in the front, but not so far from your ally that they can't cover you if something happens to you. Alright, so here again you are just way too far. You cast your S2 over here for no reason. You should be in the range to get your S2 to activate onto the Ras instead of casting it here, because you are just abandoning your Ras if you cast it here. Alright, it's purely luck. So over here, and your last mistake of the game. There's a cannon minion over here. Velhine is trying to come at clear rate. Two of them are focusing down on this thing. You are not able to use your basic attack to destroy the tower any faster because you simply have no damage. So you should be going over to the front, and use your Rosen to block the Velhine. And you want to cast the ultimate in the face of Velhine, right? Just in front of Velhine. So if you are at the back, you are not able to do anything, and you cast your ultimate way too late. If he is anybody else, he will be able to clear this minion way long ago, and you guys won't be able to win. Yeah, so that's the last mistake. So you should be blocking the Velhine and just cast your ultimate way earlier. As soon as it's come out, you're going to cast your ultimate. If you were here, as soon as it's come out, right, he will probably attack you. An experienced player will just ignore you, but if he's a normal gold diamond rank player on this server, then he will just attack you, right? That's fine because you are pretty tanky. Then you will just cast your ultimate onto yourself and he'll be slowed down over here. If you were at this position, he would be stuck here because of your slow, and he won't be able to come out and damage this minion at all. So that ends the commentary. Rank 5. It did very, very little, to be honest. Okay, your team participation, I will check your team participation shouldn't be very high. You are not in any team fights for a long time. Yeah, you are not in most team fights. So I'll end my commentary here. And you didn't take a look at stats. Always take a look at the details page over here to try to look at your damage taken and your damage dealt and try to understand who did what, right? Who did the most. Because let's say Ras gets rank 2 over here, Ras and this guy, but let's say Ras gets rank 2, it might be because of his KD and not because of his damage. If his damage is very high, like 40%, but he dies a lot, he's still deserving of the MVP. He still should be the best player. But if your KD is very high and your damage dealt is very low when you are carry, then that means that you are not that useful even if your score is very high. So just take note of that little detail. Not really relevant to the game, but just a good habit to have. And yeah, that ends my commentary. Hope you enjoyed it. Any question, just type in chat.